Hi, my name's Reese and I've been a TI for 5 years now. I just wanted to make a quick video because towards the end of last year I found out some pretty big news about the targeting in South Africa. I found an exploit using BlueStacks. I added my Google account to it and then it created a fake cell phone on my computer. And then I went onto my Google account and said find my device, and I found the location of my perps, and the location was a government building here in Cape Town Parliament. It was labelled the GCIS, and then I made a Facebook post about them and blaming them and all that stuff. And they changed the name of the building from the GCIS to Department of Justice and Constitutional Rights the day after I made a Facebook post about them, which kind of says that I'm right. Not much happened after that, because I don't think my perps actually thought that it was a big thing. But a few weeks after that, after doing a lot of digging and a lot of research, I found out that the GCIS is just a cover for the CIA here in South Africa. And after doing research, I found out that they have been running the country since Mandela. I think they were the ones that put him in prison, and they were the ones that educated him while he was in prison and prepared him for becoming the president. But basically the CIA is in control of the targeting program in South Africa, and they are using the GCIS as a cover. After I discovered this, I had multiple threats on my life. I think it was about 5 attempts where they sent gang stalkers and street theater type people into my complex, but then after that, at night time, they would send gangsters in which were basically here to either rob me or kill me. I rated it was kill me because they didn't want me to spread the news that I had found out that the CIA had been running the country. The GCIS supplies all equipment to any government department in South Africa, so they can use it to supply the government with their own equipment. And the GCIS is also managed by a guy called Terry Van Dar, and I believe that he's been a CIA plant for a while in South Africa, because the previous companies he worked for were Telkom and Vodacom. So I believe that while he worked for Telkom, he was involved in the infrastructure upgrade and ensured that CIA equipment would be installed in all the backbones in South Africa so that they could control the flow of information within our country. And then I believe that when he was at Vodacom, he had something to do with installing a backdoor into the Vodacom operating system, because they have their own operating system that they install on all their devices, and by doing this they would give backdoor access to the CIA permanently. But nowadays I believe they use advanced technology to connect wirelessly to any device. I've had my computer hacked constantly over the past 5 years, but last year they hacked my computer while it wasn't connected to a network. And this showed me that they can connect to any device, no matter if the Wi-Fi is on, if you're connected to a network, it doesn't matter, they can just connect to it. And they found ways to work around it, because I've had people look at my computer and they couldn't find anything. I don't think that many people in South Africa actually know about the targeted individual program and who's behind it, and it is the CIA, because straight after I discovered they were the CIA, they kept me up for days with no sleep. After discovering that these people were the CIA, I got given to a more advanced team, and that is when things got very, very hectic for about 3 weeks before Christmas. And in these 3 weeks, I went through some rough stuff, and I survived. I just want to get a video together so that I can actually let people know what I found out, and how everything's working in the country. And because I made a document and I sent it to the media, and I phoned them to make sure that they had gotten the document. And my perps at that time were the lower level people, and they said, like, no one's going to reply to you, no one's going to reply to you, because they have backdoor access to Google and they can control any Google account they want. They also have backdoor access to 365 accounts. Basically anything that they want to get access into, they can access, and they can do it very, very covertly, which is why I was so lucky to find that BlueStacks glitch or exploit, because I don't think any TI in the country has ever found out the location of their perps and where this program is being run from. In the document I made that I sent the media, I also dissected the building that they have, because they've got a 2-story compartment in the roof, which I believe is housing a proprietary computer system that the whole thing runs off of, or it is a quantum computer. Because I read somewhere that a quantum computer can map out a brain in 3 minutes, but I'm sure technology has advanced from that. But and then I noticed the windows of the building. They had a copper color to them, and I know from building Faraday cages that copper and gold are the most conductive materials, so they're the best materials to build a Faraday cage out of. But I don't think these buildings are normal Faraday cages. I think that it's a whole AI system that is combined into a active jamming system, which means that it reads the signals that are being sent to the building, and then it basically, I think it uses phase cancellation to cancel the signal out so that it can't penetrate the building, and no signals can go into the building. And no governmental building would need equipment like this or a setup like this. They also have a red structure going all the way to the top of the building, and I believe that this structure either is an antenna or is hiding the antennas behind it, because they go all the way to the top and they connect to the computer in the top, which is that 2-story housing system. But I think that that computer system is probably the most expensive system in the country. I also believe that that is where they house the equipment that is being used on all South African targets. They might have a backup system, but I don't think they got one, because they never thought they would be caught, or they never thought that they would be found out. And my perps have basically got the complex that they are gods and no one can touch them and nothing will ever happen to them. And I've made it my mission to do as much damage as I can before they either silence me by killing me or making me sign an NDA and probably blackmailing me or something. But my aim at the moment is to spread as much awareness of this, and just make sure that people know what's actually happening in the country and who's actually running it. Because I know that these people have a hand in election day, because during election day last year my voices were quiet. They were silent the entire day. And also I know these people are involved in the looting in the country, because there was a month of looting last year as well, and during that month my voices were also quiet. I had silence for an entire month basically. So it's known that the CIA like to infiltrate countries and destabilize them, so that they're easier to control. And everything that they're doing and all the power that they have, because they have backdoor access to Facebook, any social media, and all those social media programs are American, and obviously the CIA will have backdoor to all of that. Every time I try and contact the media now, I just get undeliverables, so my emails do not make it to the media, because obviously what I discovered is correct, and they're trying to stop the spread of this information, because I believe that building can house at least like 600 to 800 people, and that will be them monitoring everything. I also discovered that they have ties to the gangsters because of the way that they used them against me. They sent multiple gangsters, some old, some young, but basically what I believe they do is they put voices in the heads of gangsters and tell them what to do, and just annoy them to the point where they won't leave them alone until they do what they say. So they basically use the gangsters in the country to do their dirty work, because once someone discovers they're a targeted individual, the operators or the perps are no longer allowed to kill you. They're allowed to kill you if it looks like an accident or suicide, but it has to be one of the two. And I've had multiple attempts. I've had a car crash, I've had a bike crash that they've tried. I've survived everything, luckily, but they have to make it look like it isn't involved with them. They showed me a trick after I discovered they were the CIA. They showed me thought implants where they don't use voices. They input information into your head as if it's your own thoughts, so you think that you are thinking them. So if they want to influence someone to vote the way they want to vote, then all they have to do is implant a thought into the person's head right before they're voting or as they're voting, and the person will vote for a different, or not vote for who they wanted to, because of the thought implants that are being put in their head. And I know this method is being used because of my perps being silent during the elections. So they obviously want to keep the ANC in power because it's destabilizing the country and making our economy worse. And they are using the coronavirus to kind of pump up the rate of which they kill people at. But I'm trying to do an investigation on my own because I want to try and find out all the suicide victims in South Africa, and then I want to look into how many of them had voices in their head, and I would like to try and put a case together against these people and try and find out all the victims in South Africa and get names and addresses and references and whatever I can, and put it all together in one document to take to court, because I will be accusing Terry Van Dar and the GCIS of unlawful surveillance and murdering innocent civilians, or not murdering, getting them to kill themselves. But as far as I know, my perps told me that they are allowed to kill their victims if their victims don't know that they're a targeted individual or don't label themselves as one. So they can kill people as long as it looks like that, and the team targeting me does that. Basically they find people with crypto and then they make them look crazy and they kill them within 3 months. They were dumb enough to tell me what they were after, and I deleted the access to my money, and they needed me alive to get the access back, and I found out I was a TI, and then from there last year they told me they can't kill me because I told everyone I'm a TI. So if you are a targeted individual, I'd advise you to put it on your Facebook profile, put it anywhere, because as soon as you label yourself as a TI, I think counterintelligence will be monitoring you as well, to gain intelligence on the people using it against you. So it prevents them from being able to murder you, because then they will burn themselves in the process. But I do know they can kill you remotely by just stopping your heart. So I know my perps can't kill me at the moment because of what I'm doing and the information I'm spreading, because they want me dead, but they can't do it, because then it will prove everybody that I've told that I'm right and I'm not crazy, and this is actually happening in the country, and the CIA are actually running the country, and they've got their foothold in everything. Politicians, gangsters, the police, the military, even the private sector. They are literally using this. I just know I've read a lot of articles about them basically overtaking countries in southern Africa, and then they destabilize them and take them over. I think this is speculation. I think they might be in South Africa because of our climate and the fact that we have the perfect climate to grow marijuana. And the marijuana industry in this country is worth about $18 billion, I think. So that is a lot of money. And if they own the government, that means they probably own the people that give you the medical licenses to grow, or the license to grow in the country. So they are probably in control of that, and all the farms that are growing here are actually CIA owned. But this is all speculation. Out of the whole video, this is just speculation and what I think. But I really think that my perps fucked up with me. They just got tired of me wasting their time, which is all I aimed to do, and they weren't paying attention to me, and they showed me too much information. They weren't on the top of their game when they were attacking me. They haven't attacked me properly for years now. I think I was attacked for 2 years solidly, and then after that I've had long gaps of silence where my perps don't even speak to me. But they only speak to me when I do stuff like this, like make a video and hope to get people to watch it. But as I said, the reason I made this video was just to inform people, and I do plan to make more videos. I know a lot of information, and my perps have helped me find out a lot of information and shown me a lot of things. So if any of you guys like have questions and want to know things, I can look into them if I don't know them. But I think basically everything about this system and how it works, and the way it works, and the people and their connections and all that stuff, you can just leave comments or whatever and I'll try and get back to everyone. But I'll make another video with the suggested areas or criterias that you want to me to speak about. But yeah, I just made this video for helping people. So I hope you have a good day. Cheers.